How are we doing this fine Friday? My name is Alan Roberts. Thank you all for joining me. I've got a really interesting topic I wanted to talk about today. Uh, Today is about beta blockers for anxiety for kids. It was brought to my attention by my wife, and I hadn't even heard about this, that beta blockers, which are normally used to slow, like it basically blocks the flow of adrenaline to the heart. It makes it so your heart rate can't get past about 110 to 120 beats a minute no matter what, right? And they're normally used to help people avoid heart attacks, those sorts of things. They're being prescribed off label at a staggering number for children, basically, for young people to be able to get situational anxiety relief. And what they mean by situational anxiety relief is that, say, the person has a speech to give in front of a classroom full of people to help deal with the symptoms of anxiety. The person is still anxious, but the symptoms of anxiety, of like rapid heartbeat and trembling, they're taking it to reduce rapid heartbeat and trembling from being nervous. That's tragically messed up, in my opinion, because first of all, so now we're not really helping these people develop any type of coping skills whatsoever. And beta blockers are not good for you. There's something that, like, we've gotten to the stage where we are just prescribing pharmaceuticals literally for everything. Like, just every little thing gets a drug, and that's super bad. It's not good. I can't get over how we've gotten here. There's been a significant increase in prescriptions amongst, especially amongst people 18 to 35. Most time 18 to 35. The only reason why you would need beta blockers if you're younger is normally you have a condition called Wolff-Parkinson's-White syndrome, and I actually happen to have Wolff-Parkinson's-White syndrome. It's where there's a little extra piece of tissue on your heart, and sometimes the electrical impulse from your brain will hit the portion of your heart and cause what's called tachycardia, and which is very, very rapid heartbeat. It's kind of dangerous. I haven't had a tachycardia spell in over a decade. I used to have a lot when I was younger, but I have a lot healthier now, so it doesn't bother me. And I would have never been on. I was on beta blocker for like a week when I was younger, when they first found out I had WPW, and it did not sit well with my system. It fucked my system up bad, so I got off them and I just got healthy. But there's a 78% rise in the prescription rates from 2003 to 2018. That is 2.3 to 4.1 per thousand people, which is wild. Driven by accessibility, low stigma, and long therapy wait times. So, like, since they can't get therapy, we're just going to drug them. Like, has anybody noticed that how ever since we started to have so much accessibility to therapy and SSRIs and those sorts of things, how much less mentally healthy the country is? Like, America is the country of mental illness, because other places don't like coddle it. They don't foster it. We are fostering mental illness. I understand that people got depression, people got problems. Not everything needs to be for therapy. Sometimes you just need to shut the fuck up and grow up. I mean, sometimes we need to start doing some adulting. I really worry that the push and the increased amount of therapy has caused people to decrease the amount of adulting they're doing. Because sometimes life just sucks and you need to suck it the fuck up. You know? 70 to 90% of these prescriptions are from non-psychiatrist doctors, primarily GPs, primary care physicians. So the people that are prescribing pharmaceutical medications for depression and anxiety to just take the symptoms away to children are not trained in mental health at all. They are not mental health care doctors. General practice, like, it's the same thing as, like, I will make the argument that most doctors are not qualified to treat metabolic disorder because they are not taught about how metabolic disorder happens. They're definitely not qualified to treat depression. Like, if your doctor, your primary GP, prescribes you an SSRI, based on what? Based on what education? Based on what? It's malpractice. We have allowed these people to make it's pharma everything. That's wild. 10 to 30% from psychiatrists, especially for complex cases. So if you take your kid in and they're like, oh, he gets really nervous giving speeches. Well, we'll put him on a beta blocker so he won't be shaking. His hands won't be shaking. He'll feel like he's going to puke inside. His heart won't be working how it's supposed to work. Oh yeah, and there's long-term problems with these things. But don't worry about it. Your kid will give the speech well. Think about how stupid that is. The short-term dangers for this are low blood pressure with dizziness and fainting, slow heart rate, fatigue and weakness, breathing issues, so it's bronchospasms, especially in asthmatics, fatigue, nausea, and cold extremities, depression, mood changes, sleep disturbances, nightmares, and insomnia. So we're giving a child a medication to help blunt the symptoms of being anxious and depressed that is going to make them more depressed with mood changes and sleep disturbances. Very good. Drug interactions can happen with antidepressants and alcohol because most of these kids are on antidepressants and most kids drink nowadays. And you can have a rare allergic reaction. Now, the long-term dangers. This is where it gets really fucking crazy. Of course, potential weight gain and blood sugar changes, because it masks hypoglycemia. Psychological reliance on medication. So they're going to become reliant on a medication to be able to speak in fucking public so their hands don't shake. Again, it makes it so they don't develop coping skills. It's extremely, extremely dangerous. There is the unknown effects of developing bodies, brains, and youth. They have not tested these people being on these things for a long period of time in any type of large thing outside the setting of needing it for your heart. Like they have not seen what this does. Beta blockers do get tolerance developed to them. Like your body does develop a tolerance to them, so they would have to increase the dose for it to keep working, which is what they want because then they make more money. There's a risk of the rebound effect, which means increased heart rate, blood pressure, if stopped abruptly. So it's not like you should just stop these medications. They can cause a heart attack or stroke. And it may mask underlying conditions, delaying diagnosis. The other risks are misuse, informal access, non-prescription related use. It's not really, this one isn't one that's a deterrent to me because it says it's not FDA approved for anxiety, but the FDA is a pay for play system. I don't put any credence into that. I do my own research. And oftentimes I don't do the research that the FBI tells me to do. I look at the actual studies of the compounds that involved. And I think we need to get to the stage where we realize that this is an incredibly unhealthy situation to be putting our youth in. Like in America, and everybody grasps this. This is said fairly often, but this is something that we should see that's completely out of the norm, and we should want to change immediately. In America, we are 4% of the population of the world, and we are 70% of the pharmaceutical industry's revenue. That's insane. That's completely insane. So we need to do something about this. Like, I'm getting ready to do another couple videos because I am MAHA all the way. Mark Lobliner and I came up with the term "Make America Healthy Again" years ago, before it was ever spoken by Robert F. Kennedy. We have shirts printed up to prove it, literally from 2022, years and years ago. I am getting to be very disenchanted with the Make America Healthy Again movement as a political movement. Very disenchanted. First of all, we're not going to legislate our way to health. We have to change the opinions and actions of people. Like taking all the dyes out of food, great, but why are we eating those fucking foods anyway? Taking all the dyes out of ultra-processed foods, how about just minimizing the ultra-processed foods, right? Like that's the thing. Like, this is not some big dunk. Like, still eating Skittles is still eating fucking sugar, whether the dyes are in there or not. It's moronic. But don't get me wrong. If you want to eat Skittles, eat Skittles. I'm a big believer in freedom. But that's why I'm saying, take all the dangerous dyes out, take all of this stuff out. I really much more prefer that the information was just given, like, hey, these dyes will actually fucking kill you. This will actually happen. And then let people decide on their own, because I don't think the government should be able to tell us what to fucking eat or tell us what we can and can't do. I just don't believe in that. But I can tell you that to make America healthy again, we the people need to change the culture of America. The culture of America is one of laziness, overconsumption, making excuses, main character syndrome like fucking crazy because people think that just existing makes them fucking special. Like, I hear all the time, like, fat people deserve respect. No, the fuck you don't. You may get some because you may have earned it, but just existing does not make it so society should fucking respect you. Especially when you don't respect society because you overconsume our resources to the point where you then are disproportionately burdensome by overconsuming more resources in the healthcare industry. You overconsume food resources, then you overconsume pharma resources. You don't deserve respect from society because you disrespect society. If that is you and you are not trying to change that, you're disrespecting society. If you are just wallowing in your fatness, you don't deserve society's respect. I'm just going to say that. And if people don't like that, I super fucking don't care. But we're so down the rabbit hole that we're giving heart medications to children that don't have heart conditions so they can not develop coping skills to speak in front of people or deal with their nervousness. One more time, we are giving prescription medication off-label that has no long-term testing being given this way to children to help mask the symptoms of anxiety so they don't develop the coping skills for that anxiety that they develop a tolerance to and may need more of. Like, we are so far down the rabbit hole of it's pharma everything. I am just beside myself with this. Like, first of all, why is there this rush to medicate children? I think it's bad enough that we put, like, little girls get put on the pill when they're like fucking 10 nowadays. They're on hormones. Like, technically, statistically, a woman is on some sort of the average woman in America is on pharmaceutical medications for most of their fucking life. We have to get away from this shit. We have to start realizing that this shit is completely insane and unhealthy for people. Like, totally and completely insane. I wish we could just get there faster. I really do. I wish we could make it go much, much faster, but we can't. Now, I might be back a little later on the day with a live or tomorrow or something like that, but I hope all of you have a fabulous weekend. I just wanted to pop in and talk about this. My wife brought it to my attention the other day, and I kept meaning to get to it, but we had so much shit happen this week. So this is a very serious issue. And one more time, and I'm going to make an entire video about this for Evening Rants. I'm very disenchanted with the Make America Healthy Again movement. I still see pharmaceutical ads, and I know why I'm seeing them, but this is what I warned about. Taking pharmaceutical ads off TV would crush, and like, it would be trillions of dollars of difference for the pharmaceutical and industries. Like, people need to understand, making America healthy again, if America were to become healthy again, big food and big pharma lose trillions of dollars, not billions, trillions with a T. And we'd be healthier. Like, they're making trillions of dollars off us being unhealthy when we could be healthy on our own. And it's being facilitated by our government. They want us fat, sick, weak, and dependent. And that's one of my next books, by the way. Fat, Sick, Weak, and Dependent, The Engineered Epidemic. And I hope you all buy it soon. Go check out Amazon for the author named Alan Roberts. That is me. There's 2 books on there already. One of my books is already up on Apple and on Barnes & Nobles. That is It's Never About Your Health, the COVID Pandemic. You want to go get that. It's at just about every place that books are sold online as an ebook. So please go check out that. My name is Alan Roberts. I hope to talk to you all soon. God damn.
Are you fit and fat? I was fit and fat. In fact, at the most athletic of my life, I was playing football, I was running fast, I was doing it all. I was fat. And we all know that being fat is not healthy, no matter how fit you might be. Now, I had to learn a lot of things to get rid of that fat, but I also wanted to keep it fit. And one thing is, I need to make sure I slept good. I need to make sure I controlled my appetite. I need to make sure I controlled my blood sugar. At the Ambrosia Collective, we've actually come out with a stack of products called the Holy Trinity Stack. And the Holy Trinity Stack has 3 things to help you do that. Now, number 1 is you need energy and motivation to go to the gym, to get it done, to burn those extra calories. For that, we have Ember. Also, you need to control your blood sugar and make sure your body utilizes the nutrients you eat to help your body burn more fat and build more muscle. For that, we have Alchemy and CT. And the final piece, and this is probably my favorite piece, is No Morbidity. No Morbidity not only helps to control your appetite, but also helps to control your stress. and it even helps you burn more calories while you sleep. So if you're looking to get all the traits that I got to go from being a 300-pound monster to being what I am now, which is lean and in the best shape of my life, the Holy Trinity stack is for you.